This is Heather with Bootleg Legal. Why Bootleg Legal? Well, I'm going to tell you things about the legal system that most lawyers won't. Simply, that it does not work. The only way to beat the legal system is to avoid it. And most businesses have a sense of that being true. But if you polled them, most business owners would probably say that the best way to avoid the legal system is to follow all the laws, to make sure that you're in compliance. Well, what if I told you that that was wrong? Most businesses cannot afford to follow all of the laws and best practices around the laws. In fact, even Google, before it went public, when they were pretty well funded, cut a few legal corners with regard to some securities registration requirements. And the lawyer made this choice because complying with them was going to be cost prohibitive, and given the trajectory of the company, he felt pretty confident that everybody would make out like bandits and there'd be nobody to sue for damages. And he was right, and he got off with a slap on the wrist for failing to comply with these securities regulations. So if even Google on its way up was unable to comply with every single legal requirement and best practice, most small businesses obviously aren't able to either. Entrepreneurs need to look at the law as if it were a chess game, not a to-do list. You need to employ strategy with regard to where you spend your legal money, which things you can DIY, and everything in between. You need to know how to pick a good lawyer, when you don't need a lawyer at all, and when you absolutely 100% need a lawyer. And beyond this, there are some day-to-day practices that if most businesses adopted, they would be pretty well protected down the road if anything were to result in litigation. The best predictor of whether or not you're going to get sued is not how many laws you follow, but how deep your pockets are. If you become successful enough, you will get sued one day. It's a cost of doing business, whether it's a disgruntled employee or whether it's a plaintiff's firm just trying to shake you down for a settlement. If it's not true that following laws are going to keep you out of court, then what am I even doing here, right? I'm actually going to give you shortcuts. I'm going to tell you how to get the biggest bang for your buck, both in the sense of where to spend your legal money and where to spend your time, which practices to work into the way that you run your business that are going to most protect you down the road and either keep you out of court altogether or at least make it less expensive if you do find yourself getting sued or having to sue somebody else. The point of this YouTube channel is to empower small businesses. I've represented small businesses for over a decade now, and I've represented north of 500 clients. I have seen patterns and mistakes that give rise to litigation and other legal problems, and really just headaches that come up in the operation of a business, and I know how to stop them, or at least lessen their impact. This is Bootleg Legal, and we would love for you to subscribe.